You're very welcome to Bealtaine Cottage here in the west of Ireland. Do you notice the difference? I'm just stood here on the veranda of the studio. Do you notice the difference? There's a difference in light. It's such a tiny, tiny difference, but I've lived here for so long and lived with the seasons and lived in the seasons so long, and I'm talking of course about the Celtic seasons, that I notice the change in light. And the change in light tells me almost to a week which month it is and what time during that month it is. And that light tells me that we've just passed the solstice. And there is, well, I would call this the light of Lunasa, because we're going towards Lunasa. Of course, it'll be another 4 weeks and a bit until Lunasa. And Lunasa is the beginning of autumn in the Celtic calendar. But it's not autumn as most people would know it. It's all about the light. Each season in the Celtic calendar is measured in light. So it's not measured in heat. So summer, which is Bealtaine, isn't measured in heat, or isn't measured in well, I suppose heat is a kind of measurement of summer for most people, but it's measured in light. And so the longest day, which is the very height of that, has passed. And now we have this wonderful, very slight, almost immeasurable to the human eye, very slight descending of the light. So last night it rained and there was thunder and lightning, and it was just the most dramatic night time. I woke up several times because of course Jack gets very upset with the thunder and he barks. He sees it as very intrusive, so he barks. And of course he's beside the bed. He's lying on the floor just slightly underneath the bed. But he's a little bit scared too, so I have to sort of give him words of comfort. So I was woken up quite a few times. Now, as for yesterday and the nonsense of nasty people, I'm not going to give it any more air. I'm not going to give it any more oxygen at all. Because yesterday evening I was out walking here in the gardens and I just could not get over the incredibly abundant harvest. I mean, I am just... He's happy. I am... No, I take that back. He's not happy. He's crazy. Oh, here he comes. Stand aside. Okay, that's enough. So, I thought to myself, okay, well, tomorrow morning I must just make a little video of this and show people, show everyone the incredible harvest. Look at this. I was picking black currants last night and putting them into my juice. He's still at it. Oh, knocked me over almost. Okay, have you settled down now? So, can I just continue with this video now, Jack? Huh? Wolfie boy. As the apples are getting bigger, of course, they're far more noticeable. So you can see that the incredible harvest that's going on here. And the black currants, which are just, look at this, look. Masses and masses of black currants. But for the first year ever, an absolute mass of raspberries as well. And you can see some of the smaller ones forming. And I'm just going to go around here. Look at this. You see some of these? And I actually picked a few raspberries last night round this side because, of course, in the Lunasa garden, well, look, here we go. In the Lunasa garden, there's absolutely masses of fruit. Look. Look at this. The bushes are laden. And I was picking black currants. You can just see where I've been picking black currants. There's still lots of green black currants. But there's a lot of them ripening up. You see raspberries all the way through there. And then you can also see the Lunasa garden is just like a forest, you know, like a jungle. So I can't even go in there without the secateurs to cut things back as I try to navigate the paths. So this amazing, incredible harvest of soft fruits. I mean, look at this. There's raspberries all over the place there. So this is one of the great benefits of just letting the gardens, the production gardens, just do their own thing. And then, of course, it's a voyage of discovery, going through those production gardens, finding all the fruit, cutting back, tidying up towards Lunasa. Look at this, look. Isn't that beautiful? And just doing what the birds and the animals do, you know, which is to kind of forage. So this has got to be an incredible food forest. Look at this. And it just goes on because all the way through these gardens are apple trees, pear trees. You can see raspberries over there. Raspberries, black currants, jostaberries. In fact, let me just walk up here. I'm still in my slippers, so my slippers are going to get wet. But let me just walk up along. Oh, look at that. More. Let me just walk up along this path to the top. We'll have a look at the jostaberries. It's a bit wet this morning with all the rain. Look, the plants are just falling over. There's so much weight on them, you know, with flowers and leaves and fruit. Look at this. So here's some of the jostaberries. Look. Crazy. And like I say, there's black currants there that I'll probably never be able to get into because there's just a whole row of black currants going all the way down that way. But where do you start? But then, of course, it doesn't matter because if I don't get to the fruit, the birds will. And small mammals will. This dogwood has grown immensely. Do you remember it at the beginning of the spring? And all this is way above my head. Look, there's pink. that beautiful candy pink fuchsia, and beyond it, look at the redness in that bush over there. That must be 15 feet high. This pink fuchsia is at least double my height. It's 10, 12 feet high. And every year I say the same thing. This is the biggest harvest yet. And now here I am in 2020 saying the same thing again. This has got to be the biggest harvest yet. So it just keeps increasing year on year. Amazing, isn't it? And I haven't even taken you into the tunnel to look at the nectarines in there. I'll save that for another day. And of course further down the gardens, because you could all the way down through this woodland, and there's apple trees and black currants and hazelnuts. So it really is probably one of the finest examples of a food forest here in Ireland, anyway, that I know of. Look. Look. These branches are just falling over with fruit. See? And the paths that I can get along, just full of surprises. I mean, there's more apple trees here, and again they're laden. And of course, rose hips as well. There's poppies come up. Those are the lovely pink poppies. And they, of course, have wonderful seed heads. So again, that's part of the food forest, because those poppy seeds you use in baking. Look, here's one opening up. And then closer to the cottage, here we go. All these figs. Figs everywhere. And along here, grapes. Lots and lots of bunches of grapes forming. So isn't that amazing? So, anyway, I am going to leave the comments section up. But to be perfectly honest, I don't have the time to go through the comments anymore. Because yesterday evening, for the first time in a very long time, I was able to spend 3 hours working on my writing. Now, I could have spent 3 hours going through comments. But I have to make choices. And so many of you said you wanted the comments left up, which wouldn't be my choice. My choice would be to close the comments, so as I don't have to keep going back in to read comments and police the whole thing. But if you want the comments up, then that's fine, you can have them, but I'm not going to be policing them. And if I get a chance to go through them very, very speedily, you know, for half an hour or an hour each day, then any that are, you know, vile, and there will be, then I'll just take them down. But I think anyone who knows the work that I do here will understand that there just is not enough hours in the day for me. I really can't handle all the... it's not making the videos or even putting the videos up, because I can sit at my desk and while the video is going up, which can take about 2 to 3 hours sometimes, I can be sitting there working. So it's not that. It's not putting the videos out. It's not taking the photographs or making the videos. I enjoy all that. And I really do want to keep sharing all this with you. But it's the constant policing of comments which takes up so much of my time, so much of my energy. And something's got to give in all of that, you know? So I will have to wave goodbye to the comments personally, but I'll leave the comments up there. I would suggest, however, that if there is a vile comment, please don't respond to it. Or if you do respond to it, just use one word. And then that kind of helps flag it up for me, you know. Because if I see a comment with comments under, you know, replies underneath that are only 1 or 2 word comments, then I think to myself, oh, I best read this and then I can deal with it. So I hope that illuminates how we move forward with this. So blessings to you all. Blessings to you all, my friends. And thank you. So thanks for watching this video. This is my motto. Plant like your life depends on it, for it does. And this is what's happened here at Bealtaine Cottage over the past 16 years. I've spent all that time planting and co-creating with Mother Earth, finally writing some books about it, and you'll find a link to the bookshop just below this video. And here are some pictures of how it all looked in the beginning. Haven't changed the cottage much, but I have planted over 1,100 trees, so the land has now been restored, and it's beautiful.